The internet, changing the world, changing the law. And that brings us to this week's case. It involves a man who said that his uncle had sexually abused him when he was a kid. He brought suit in a court against his uncle, a civil suit, not a criminal suit, a civil suit. And on that case, it was found that uncle wasn't responsible. It was dismissed on a motion for summary judgment, which basically asked the judge to take a look at the facts and see whether or not he felt the uncle was at fault. And he said, no, the uncle wasn't at fault. There was not liability for sexual abuse. Case is over and done with. Well, nephew now sets up a website. Nephew sets up this website, and on the website says, uncle abused me sexually as a child. Uncle becomes aware of this, as does much of the world, because as they often say on this, it is a world wide web. And uncle said, no, 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 we've already had one court case regarding this, and you are now defaming me. You are hurting my reputation, and that's causing me damage. Nephew, through his lawyers, said, no, 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 no. No, you can't go there. You can't go with defamation because you aren't showing any actual damages. In the majority of the states in the U.S., it's necessary to show actual damage for most defamation. That means that you have to show that you've lost jobs, you can't get a job, if you're self-employed, you aren't getting as much work, something is going wrong in your life that you can put an actual dollar number on. Well, nephew said, hey, uncle, you can't show that you've been damaged here, therefore you don't have a case. Well, the trial court said, you know, that's right. If you can't show damages, you've got no case. Trial court says, you're out of here. Dismisses the case. Goes up on appeal. This is to a New Jersey State Appellate Court, goes up on appeal, and there the court looks at it and says, wait a second here. We know, and you knew, nephew, that there had already been a court case where it was found uncle wasn't liable. Now you put this up on a website. It's clearly not something that can be factually substantiated, and uncle is now being said to be a criminal. You're calling him a criminal. In view of this, we find that the damages are presumed. It's presumed that his reputation is going to be hurt. It's presumed that he's going to have some damages as a result of that. In view of that, we send the case back down to the lower court for a trial to determine how badly damaged he was. Okay, so what's the point of this case? What's the point of this case? Points out the way in which the internet, again, can change the law. But it also points out that just because you put out there in cyberspace, you can't forget about it. It has impact, and it will have legal impact. You need to think about what you do when you put it up on that website. As we said in one of our sessions, as you put up on Facebook or any place else. It's a World Wide Web. The world can view it, and it will have legal impact. I'm David Allen. We bring you these cases every week so you understand the law.